Okay, two positions we're going to be working on the rings, the top and the bottom position. The first one, the top position, the finish position of a muscle up. So my elbows are straight, but this won't do. This is a no rep for a muscle up. You'll see my thumbs rotate out. That is my finish rep position for a muscle up. So if I'm going to finish here at the top of explosive movement, I have to teach my body where that is. Like, can I be stable in that position for 1 second or for a couple of seconds to get a rep? And then the next position, when I arrive over the rings, the bottom position of a dip. So I've thrown myself over the rings, I arrive here, I've pressed out, I arrive here. That has to be the movement. So for the top position, when I'm on top of the rings, I'm hollowed out, my toes are pointed, my thumbs are slightly turned out. There's a hollow body position. I'm not holding on top, but a bent back. Like, it's a one-piece connection between the body. Everything is connected. So I'm going to ask myself to tuck in my stomach tight, bring my arms together for power, keep my upper back tight, lift the feet off, put the toes, and then turn out. And there's the hold. That's an extremely hard hold. Core is working really tight, tucking tighter, turning the thumbs out, pushing away, and that's my 15 seconds. If the elbows are bent, or if the hands are turned in, I would suggest putting your toes on the floor in a position to learn to find the movement and find your core. You have to find that position without a bent elbow or without the turn in. The next part is the bottom of the dip. And again, in the bottom of a dip position, if my arms are just doing this, all I'm doing is relying on the joint to squeeze in for stability, and I need to create stability in the joint when it's out here. I should have stability in my shoulder where it's supposed to be, rather than in here. So the same rules apply for this. You're going to see me keep my thumbs slightly forward, try not to let my arms do this. I bring myself into the bottom of that dip position. My back is squeezed really tight at the bottom, but you see my hands are out here. I'm trying my best to make my upper back do the work. I lift my toes and I hold. And you should see the shaking of my arms, where I could do this and stop it. I choose to do this. So I'm making an effort in my back to do this at the bottom rather than that. So there's no stability in my back like this, there is like this. Everything is tight, the shoulder's where it's supposed to be, and I'm working for 15 seconds. If you can't do 15 seconds at the top and the bottom on this, you will never, ever do a good muscle up. You'll do a terribly sloppy muscle up. You'll throw yourself over the bar, but your body will never know where it's going. So the purpose of these positions is to teach you where you're going when you go over the rings, okay? So let's have expert level at this over the next few weeks, 15 and 15. Okay, the purpose of the strict toes to bar, again, is teaching you where you should be in the backswing, and then to have the power, generate the power from the upper back and the pelvis to move you up towards the bar. So a lot of people in the backswing look like this, bent knees. This is completely incorrect. A backswing on a toes to bar or on a movement should be a tight position. So it's that. There's an arch position on the bar. I don't have my knees bent. And then from that arch position, I'm going to try and pull myself into a hollow and come back from the bar, okay? Settle. Get that arch position. 3, 2, 1. So you see the pull results in that. Pelvis comes in, and that's what allows me to get the legs up. So we can't keep being reliant on kicking your legs back and looking like terrible form. I'm going to ask you to produce that arch position to a box and then pull, and even if it looks like this, but I'm in an arch position, then that's far more beneficial than swinging back and forth in the bar. Again, if you cannot teach yourself 5 to 10 strict toes to bar and then positions, we won't be able to do the kipping positions. So this will be why we're working this.